Hello again and welcome to Lot 76 Cars, and this time preparing for the MOT day for my baby Benz. If you like this channel, it would really help if you'd like, share, subscribe and turn on notifications to see new content. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you. When I put the car away for winter in autumn, I pretty much knew that I'd have to sort out the front offside headlamp, which had developed its own small swimming pool, unfortunately. First job, as always, disconnect the negative earth on the battery so you're not going to short anything out. Following the advice of Mr. Haynes, the job's made much easier with the removal of the washer bottle out of the way. There's one plastic screw that holds it in, and then obviously you need to disconnect the feeds to the power and also the level sensor for the washer bottle, which is relatively easy. You can actually remove the headlamp itself. You need to actually remove the indicator, so disconnect the power as I did, and then you can see it's held in by a screw fitting and pretty much then slides out, incidentally giving you pretty good access to the inner wing. The two bolts retaining the top of the headlamp actually bolt through the slam panel, and you can see that the fittings here, I've used the opportunity to change these. And the hardest job of all is that one rusty screw that you can't get to. So pretty much this plastic fitting here, which is broken, is held by a screw right the way through into the body itself, and you can see this cutout here is where that actually inserts. Unfortunately, this rusty screw was the one that caused me all the problems. Happily, many of the parts and fittings are still available from the Mercedes-Benz authorised dealers in the UK and probably other markets as well. But beware, the pricing on eBay can be sometimes double or treble that of the main dealer, which is not what you would expect. In this instance, I opted to buy a full headlamp fitting kit. Although I needed just a couple of the parts, I decided it'd be handy to have the others just in case they become no longer available, and at £11 plus VAT, it was pretty good value. There's also a rubber weather strip that fits around the case of the lamp, and whilst in pretty good condition, I used the opportunity to clean it, treat it with silicone to extend its lifespan. So disconnecting the multi-plug, it was possible to remove the headlamp from its location completely. And with those famous words of refitting is the reverse sequence to removal ringing in my ears, it was possible to get the replacement headlamp fitted relatively quickly. The battery tray was looking a bit sorry for itself, and although only surface rusty and pretty much new, available for around about £35, I did decide to try and restore this one. The battery location itself was suffering no rust, thankfully, and I used the opportunity whilst the tray was removed to clean some of the drain holes, as these can get blocked up. And then it was a case of some rust preventing chemical, anti-rust primer, satin black, and finally a lacquer coat to get in looking something more reasonable. In all honesty, I probably made a bit of a meal of this, but I do feel better knowing that I've actually restored the old item and not purchased a new one. And fitted back in its location, it does actually look an awful lot better now. I hope you agree. Hello, so today's MOT day. This is the day that most of us dread, taking our car for the annual Ministry of Transport test. Wish me luck. Let's see how it goes. The battery had been connected to a trickle charger for a few months, so refitting the battery, thankfully, the car fired up first time. As expected, the oil pressure is good, and what a great surprise, almost half a tank of fuel. Must be pretty much one of the rare occasions where the cost of fuel has gone up by so much, it's actually worth more now than when I put it in the tank in October. After almost 5 months off the road, it felt really good to get behind the wheel again and point the three-pointer start in the direction of our local MOT testing centre. Let's hope that I've done a good job refitting the light and that the vehicle would pass the test at least. All I can do is sit and wait, cross my fingers and hope that we're okay. So small drum roll, let's see how we got on. And the good news is we passed. And the second bit of good news is with no advisories at all. A completely clean sheet. Fantastic news. Thanks again for joining me on Lot 76 Cars and this short update on my Mercedes 190e and how the baby Benz passed its MOT with a clean sheet. Please like, share, subscribe and turn on notifications to be informed about future videos. Look forward to seeing you next time.